Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer, and today I'm just want to talk about everything that came with my decision of leaving college. So yeah, it's been a week now, and to the date, it's Monday today. It's snowing outside. I got my PJs on, and yeah, it's been good. Overall, it's been good. Not really what I expected. Well, I didn't expect to get like the overwhelming good responses from you all. Like, I got a lot of support where I didn't think I was gonna have it. I thought people were not gonna like me for it. People were gonna think the worst of me. Go figure, right? That's what fear does to us. It makes us think like the worst will happen, and really, for the most part, doesn't happen. And yeah, like, I got a lot of amazing, encouraging messages, and even some saying that I have the balls to do what everybody wishes to do. And what I have to say to that is I've been there, and like, taking risks sometimes, like, it takes work to work up to it. And like, it's not something it's not something I really wanted to do in the past. Like, I did get my associates, and although I more or less started going to college because I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. I was like 20 something, 21, 20, 19, don't remember. I didn't go right after high school because I was a procrastinator. I used to be such a huge procrastinator, and which we'll talk about another time. But yeah, I finally went, and I enjoyed it. But it came to a point where it was like, I noticed that I wasn't getting what I wanted out of my classes and my degree, like what I was majoring in. So I decided to change my major after my associates. I was going for computer science, something I still want to pursue, just not at this moment, because that's the thing, guys. Like, my decision was based on, it wasn't really congruent with my plans. Yeah, I was gonna get a degree. My thing is, I wasn't gonna use it for anything. Like, my plans, even if I had my degree, I still was not gonna go and like work for somebody else, or yeah, basically that, work for somebody else. Or even then, like, I'm not sure what I want to use that degree for yet. And until I make it like a priority, like, this is gonna help me with this, or like, I want to use this for this, like, it's just not for me. And I also don't think it's the only pathway now. Like, we live in 2019, basically 2020 now, and there's so many resources out there. There's so many ways to go about things, and I just don't think going to university is the best option for me anymore. And yeah, so basically how this even all came about was I was listening to a podcast, and I mentioned this on my IG stories and on my post, but I was just triggered. Basically, I was getting ready for school. It was like Monday morning, like today. It was like today, except not snowing. And I was just listening to a podcast, and I just hear the words like, a lot of people say they know who they are, but do you really? Like, do you really know who you are? Like, what are your values? Like, not your parents, not your families, not your friends, not your peers. Like, what are your values? What do you believe in? Because from a young age, we're installed other people's beliefs, right? And like, etc. But yeah, just that whole thing with college just like resurfaced. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it. Kind of like almost every single week since school started, I talked about leaving. I talked about like just being done with it, even when things weren't going good, guys. Like, my grades were good. Some were getting better. Like, I was working towards it, but I was done. Like, I was done. I guess I just didn't really know it until that day, and I was like, holy fuck, like, I don't want to do this. And like, I knew then and there, like, I was done. That was it. Because one thing I will say is that in life, we will always be faced with hard decisions, like, always. And maybe like in the past, this wouldn't have been as easy for me to make. I mean, maybe it wasn't even, I wouldn't even say it was easy now. It was at that moment. But guys, like, I wasn't planning on attending the university in like May, or the beginning of this year. I was actually kind of convinced. Of course it was my choice, but my friends kind of made like a good case for me, and they're like, this is why you should go. And I was like, okay, like this seems right, and I don't regret anything. Every moment led me up to here. But even then I was like already thinking about like taking a break because I was so tired. Like I've been attending since 2015. It's like I really just want a break, and maybe this is all what this is about, but I doubt it. But it could be, I don't know. I just know that I don't want to be there. And my point is that yeah, in life we will always be faced with hard decisions. And like even one of the hardest decisions I had to make at one point was leaving, basically making an end to my relationship, like my 6-year relationship. It was good and there was bad, but overall I was done. And I do talk about it a lot because that's kind of like where that was, at that point that was one of the hardest decisions I ever made. Because if you knew me, you knew like I fucking love this person. Like I gave my 100% into this person. Like I basically was living their life for them in a way, or some bullshit. I don't fucking know anymore. I don't really think about it. I've already kind of healed that and moved past it. But regardless, at the time it was not an easy decision to make. And like for many of us, like leaving something, even if it's a job, like after that I had to leave my job of 3 years, and that was a hard one because I had a bond with my boss. And she was like, she called me like her daughter, and that, if that tells you anything. And it was really hard to leave because part of me the whole time just stayed there to help her out. But for me, I didn't want that anymore. I wasn't surrounded by people who supported me, who cheered me on, and like basically all I got is bad vibes from everybody. Like nobody liked me. Anyways, I'm not gonna go down there, but yeah, like I knew when to walk away. Like when people, and like I worked at a gas station, guys. You can only imagine what kind of people I worked with there. But not anything to say against gas stations. I used to love working at them. Like, anyways, I'm talking a lot. Anyways, yeah. So leaving something that you've been doing for years, like you're comfortable. It's like it's what you're used to. You know, like when I was at my 9-to-5 job, it was like I had a routine. I knew the people. It was safe for me. When I was in a relationship, I knew this person for years, and it was safe to me. I knew what to expect from them, kinda. And it was just really safe, right? That's why we say in relationships sometimes. They're just safe. They're comfortable. It's what we know. And when we leave them, it's like, oh shit. Like for many of us, it could be like, I don't know, like what the fuck am I gonna do now? Like who's gonna love me, or who am I gonna love, or am I gonna be with someone, or am I gonna find someone? All this other nonsense that in the end is kind of BS, because there's so many people. It's not even about there's a lot of fish in the sea. It's more like you gotta heal first and trust that there is someone, your partner is out there for you, like without a doubt. You just, it's when you least expect it that you find them. But anyways, back to my point is that when you find, like I've talked about, like breaking your cycles, or like figuring out your patterns and then breaking them. Like it's not an easy process, you guys. Like it's not from one day to the next. It's not like, oh, I'm done with college, like I'm gonna like stop going. I mean, it did happen at the end, but it took me a while to finally, like, it took me months to finally get there, but it happened. And the thing is once you get there, it might take you a week, it might take you months, who knows, maybe years, hopefully not, but sometimes it happens, right? You make your decision and you stick with it every single day, because at first you're gonna have resistance. You're gonna have that little voice that tells you you're doing the wrong thing. Not really. At one point you might get that, like, it's more like fear comes up more than anything. Fear comes up and starts telling you things that aren't really true. Like when it comes to a relationship, you're never, this is like, fear comes in a way that, like, it'll tell you you're not gonna find someone else, or like, what if I don't find someone else? What if I am alone forever? What if this person this happens to them because I left them or whatever. When you leave a job, what if like I don't find something else? What if I am making the wrong decision and I should have stayed there because that was what's best for me, even though you know that's not what you want to do? Same thing with school. Like, what if I leave school and like I don't find a job, I don't get a career? Like, all these little things come up. All these little like objections are gonna come up, even though you've already made your decision and you know why you're making it, and everything has led you to this point. My point is that if there's something that you've been wanting to let go, but you've been needing that little push or that sign that will help you make it final, here it is. I'm telling you right now, everything is going to be okay, even if it's not at first. When I left my relationship, I fucking cried. I still lived with them, guys. It's like, when I did that, like, I still lived with this person and I had to see them every single day, and that shit fucking hurt because I saw their pain and then that kind of amplified mine, and like it went back and forth for like 6 months. And when I left my job, I would still get calls from my boss like, hey, can you come help me out? And like, you know, it would have been easy for me to go back because of money and comfort and all that. But at the end of the day, like, you can't see it now, but when you follow your heart and know what's best for you, what you want to do for you, everything else like unfolds after that. Everything, it's like, at first you can't see it. Sometimes it takes months. Like with my job, I had a job right after that and I fucking left it, and everything after that has led up to this. So same thing with my relationship. After that, like, it wasn't really the best. Like, I was actually done dating. I didn't like men. What I mean by that is, like, I was pretty tired of the fucking bullshit. Pretty much going on dates fucking sucked. Then I found my boyfriend now, who I freaking love. And I know it's gonna be the same thing with school. Like, it's already been a week and I haven't been this happy in a long time. I am so fucking lit up and excited to like be on this new mission, which is to help people overcome their anxiety and fears, and so they can fucking be badass and go after their goals. I'll talk about that another time, but yeah, it's Monday, you guys. Take fucking charge, do that fucking scary thing, and just fucking go for it. Just go for it. Yeah, guys, so I hope you have a good day, and